Hello students, today we will be discussing 2017 question 9. This is the entire question. Again attempt this question first on your own at least once so that you will understand video better and you will save time. So again first part is there is general perception that adhering to ethical conduct one may face difficulties to oneself and cause problems for the family, whereas unfair practices may help to reach the career goals. But as far as I have experienced, this is not true. And UPSC also wants you to understand that. Let's see how. Achieving career goals requires some of these things, and these are very essential things. One is you need to have values like patience, integrity, tolerance, perseverance, etc. to work, understand, and also to solve problems. So these are the essential values. Without these values, would you be able to work hard? Be patient. Would you be able to be patient? Would you be able to solve the problems? No. So these are the essential values. Then we find that we need to make objective decisions also. As we move through our career, as we move through our life. Also, if we want a vibrant work culture and effective work culture, then again we need ethics. For achieving good career goals, we need to have good values in ourselves to work ourselves, and also this value we need to have good work culture. Because we need to be collaborating with lot of people if we want to achieve something big. Whether it is scientific research, whether it is business, whether it is administrative service, governance or anything, we need to be able to work with others also. Then that requires what? We need empathy, we need equality, we need cooperation. So if you want to move in careers, most of the successful people would say that they need all these values. Without ethics, without values, you wouldn't be able to achieve it. By just focusing on ends, you wouldn't be able to do. You need to focus on means, you need to enjoy your work, you need to have these values to perform very good in work, to be able to coordinate with others effectively. Because big things are not created in a single day, they take lot of effort, that requires lot of ethics. Thus ethics is most important in achieving high career goals, and not adhering to ethics would create poor family relations and environment, would create society that is harmful to oneself and the family. So not only that, if you do not have ethics, do not follow values, just imagine the kind of society you would be creating. For example, if there is lot of violence, would you be able to go out? If there is lot of hatred, would you like it? If people are not civilized, people do not cooperate. If there is lot of sexual harassment, would you be able to live in such a society? It is because of ethics we live in a livable society. So without ethics, we would be doing much more harm to the family. We wouldn't have proper family in first place. So because of ethics, we have good family and social harmony. Because of ethics, we would be able to achieve high work goals. We would be collaborating with everybody. Even when you read, you means that you are collaborating with the person who has written that. Without collaboration, we cannot do nothing. So ethics is very essential for collaborations. Ethics even across generations. If you are reading something written in 1950, that means you are collaborating even across generations. So ethics is very important for your own personality development and for collaborating with others. All of these values would help you in your career goals. And that is why most of the successful people talk about values and their importance. And when the number of people adopting unfair means is large, a small minority having a penchant toward ethical means makes no difference. But again, this is not true. That's what UPSC wants you to understand. Even if a small minority practices ethics at present, it makes huge difference. They have significant effect on their family. Just think, when you practice ethics, you will have effect on your family as well, on your neighbors, on your colleagues, on the society, on the politics, on the economy, on every aspect. It has kind of multiplier and ripple effect. So when you practice it, it's not like you are making small effect. You'll be making effect on all these people. This is a huge effect. That thing you have to remember. And second thing, I'm even giving one example. Just one person, Mahatma Gandhi, sticking to his non-violent satyagraha, has helped India rise as non-violent and civilized country, united in diversity, which uses only peaceful methods for change. For example, when Chauri Chaura incident happened, Gandhi did not immediately continue the continue the movement, because he understands that non-violence is essential. The primary reason for imperialism is lack of control over desires, lack that has resulted in uncontrolled capitalism, which has resulted in imperialism. Such kind of uncontrolled desires was not good even for workers in England during Industrial Revolution. It was not good even for us. So the root cause of imperialism is lack of control over desires. So to achieve control over desires and to seek truth, we need to have non-violence and lot of patience. Without that, it's just like foreign capitalists would be replacing Indian capitalists, and there wouldn't be much change. But what was required is curbing these uncontrolled desires and curbing the materialism that allows us to see truth, allows us to be non-violent, allows us to be a peaceful country. And that is why non-violent was chosen as means, and that is why the goal of freedom struggle was Swaraj. According to Gandhi, Swaraj was not independence or something, it was independence over desires, it was victory over desires that has resulted in such imperialism. So that is why even one person who has been ethical has been able to show the path for the nation. He has showed, even with such diversity, being such a large country, we are still united. While Pakistan, which used direct action day or violence, has been divided into two countries. So whenever we need change, we see people just protesting and putting themselves in harm to change others. They use only peaceful methods, they don't use violence and start killing people. If we are not putting any value on human life, if we go for violence, then what are we fighting for? So this is very important. Even if one person makes this difference, it leads to huge impact. That's one thing. And second thing, even by your actions daily, it leads to affect a lot of people. Even I have drawn inspiration from a lot of people. Similarly, if you also practice ethics, you would be inspiration to a lot of people. And third thing, sticking to ethical means is detrimental to the larger developmental goals. Again, this is not true. These are the things generally that come to our mind when we are not ethical and we have very little understanding of society and how things work. And that is why UPSC wants to check if you really know how things work and what you really understand. So again, we'll show how this is wrong. Ethics is essential in giving right definition to development. Below, those are listed below. For example, development is not just GDP or some increase in value of the economy without correcting for purchasing power and anything. So to give two definition of development, like human development index, happiness, sustainable development, we need to have ethics. Otherwise, if we have only materialism, we will think development is only GDP. We would be polluting and we would be consuming resources so fast, even future generations wouldn't be surviving. So for human development, environment impact assessment, sustainable development, happiness index, all of this require ethics. To have the true definition of development, to have true development. And imagine, if there is no trust between people, would there be contracts? Would the contracts be able to enforce? And if there is no trust, there would be unfair trade practices. There will be adulterated products. People will try to use other methods to catch market. They will violate consumer rights. They will mislead consumers. Because trust is very important. Society works not because we can go to judiciary and enforce it, because there are a lot of pendants in judiciary and no one generally goes. If you go out in life, lot of the things are based on trust, based on mutual respect, based on cooperation. So ethics is very essential for an economy to survive. And cooperation, tolerance, patience, integrity, empathy, etc. are again required for vibrant work culture and innovation. Without these values, innovation doesn't come out. And for the right economic policies, what do we want? We want ethics. If the government is ethical, it would focus on employment generation. It would focus on attracting industries. If the government is not ethical, it will want to just divert attention from this. It will just try to directly transfer some benefit. It will try to go for wrong policies. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't want to work. It just want to get rich, be opaque, and follow corrupt practices. So if you want right economic policies, if you want government to focus on livelihood, government to focus on individual well-being, then we need ethics. Otherwise government would want to practice crony capitalism, license raj, opacity, centralization, etc. So ethics is essential everywhere, from right economic policies to the working of economy to innovations, service sector. Everywhere you need everywhere you need ethics. And next thing, while one may not involve oneself in large unethical practices, but giving and accepting small gifts make the system more efficient. Again, this is not true. I'll explain how. Just sit back and think. If first of all, when we are accepting gifts, when we are in government job, they're not to satisfy our needs, hence their motivation would not be much. That is one thing. And most of the public service doesn't generate gifts. Like most of the public service would be for poor, marginalized and middle classes. That doesn't generate gifts. Then most of the work would be neglected. You only want to do work that generates gift. So most of the work doesn't generate. So most of the work you will anyway neglect. This significantly reduces efficiency. And also gifts are not big motivators since they do not satisfy needs. And third important thing is, after accepting small gifts, would you be satisfied there? Then you would want bigger gifts. And because there is no restriction on wants, and because you have said that values do not matter and needs do not matter, what is there in accepting gifts? So you have not put restriction on wants. So when you have not put restrictions based on reasonable criteria, then nothing stops you from wanting bigger gifts. In that case, then even small gifts would not motivate you. After accepting small gifts, you have already crossed all the barriers. Now nothing is left. So even small gift would not matter. With the same criteria, you will want bigger gifts. So understand the psychology. All the reasons that prevent you from accepting gifts has been kept away when you accept small gift. So there is nothing that prevents you from accepting bigger gift. So what is happening is that there is no limit. Even the work which generates small gift is neglected. So already you are neglecting most of the work. Even the small gifts do not act as motivator. Even the work which generates small gift is also neglected. So how does it improve efficiency? So that is the important point you need to understand. This is how our mind works. So if we see, it comes to around 246 words. So these are some of the points that UPSC wants you to understand. If you can write in much better words, you can write and write a very good answer. The thing you need to understand is that all these 4 points are false. On preliminary understanding of society and very little understanding of importance of ethics, we tend to think that these are true, but these are blatantly false. So that is it. Thank you.